Hi YouTubers, if it is sign point, so this is actually a request video, so normally I don't take requests, so don't get the impression we're going to start taking requests on my channel, so I know a lot of people don't like that, it kind of pisses them off, you know, but I'm not going to really start taking requests on my channel. This is a one-time exception, so take it for what it's worth. Now, a lot of people have asked me to make a video about mushrooms or fungi, and I'm not really sure what to give my opinion on this, you know, because a lot of people want me to do research on mushrooms and fungi. Yeah, like mushrooms, you know, actually like fucking mushrooms, you know, not the mushrooms you eat, but like, you know, the mushrooms used for like medicinal purposes, or like mushrooms this, mushrooms that. I don't really know what to give an opinion about it because, I mean, I like mushrooms on my pizza. I like mushrooms, you know, in a salad, you know. I like mushrooms on a burger, you know, but I don't have never really explored, you know, using mushrooms for medicinal purposes. And I think a lot of it, unfortunately, is a lot of people are talking about psychedelic mushrooms, like magic mushrooms, which is the stuff that makes you see things, you know, makes you hallucinate, kind of like LSD, or like peyote, or like mescaline, and basically it's a hallucinogenic drug, and basically makes you, you know, see things and go crazy, you know, crazy ass, like the big ass cigar, and obviously I have to make it very clear, for a better word, very fucking clear, my channel is not about recreational drugs. I simply do not really even talk about recreational drugs. Occasionally I'll make a video about like pot, you know, marijuana, but I don't promote in any way, shape, or form any kind of recreational drug, including tobacco. I mean, my advice to anybody, even with tobacco products, even with alcohol, is if you're not a current user, don't start. You'll live a much happier life, a much more happier, fuller life if you are not a tobacco user or any user of any drug for that matter, even including coffee. So, because you can become addicted to coffee. So, believe it or not. So, and yeah, and if you're underage, if you're like, you know, 16 years old, alcohol and tobacco, any kind of recreational drug, is not for you. It's not meant for kids, period. And unfortunately, I think a lot of it is people who want me to make videos about like magic mushrooms, because obviously when you use magic mushrooms, you get like really, really freaky, you know, really fucking freaky, you know, and you like see things. And obviously, I mean, the Native Americans, you know, the Indians, you know, used magic mushrooms as well as other plants, and obviously in ceremonies and stuff like that, just like tobacco products in the past, you know, in the 500, 1,000 years ago, and that's why they used to see things, you know, hallucinate, is because it produces very vivid hallucinations. So just like when you smoke before bedtime, it can make you have very vivid dreams. So, you know, smoke tobacco before bedtime or smoke something else. So I think a lot of it is people who want to make videos about recreational drugs, and unfortunately, this is just not a recreational drug channel, and people can whine and bitch and complain and say like, oh, do you realize that tobacco is like 1,000,000 times worse? Do you realize it's like as addictive as heroin? You know, do you realize, you know, there's like rat poison in that tobacco? You know, whatever. So I can listen to the bitching all day. So anyway, aside from that, I mean, I can make a video about like mushrooms and pizza, like the food mushrooms, yeah, like regular mushrooms and pizza. And obviously I've made a video in the past about wild mushrooms a couple of years ago about, you know, obviously don't eat wild mushrooms because they might be poisonous, you know, if you get really, really sick, you know, really sick ass, like the big ass cigar. But aside from that, oh, sorry, he's farted. Yeah, big ass farts to life. Yes, I guess farted or pooted. So probably the Taco Bell I ate yesterday. Yes, I guess farted. So anyway, back to the video topic. Yeah, I mean, I can make videos about, like, say, I'm sorry he's farted. So, anyway, yes, I can make videos about, like, you know, like, regular, like, food mushrooms, like, when I finish my series on flour, you know, like, regular, like, mushrooms you eat, even, like, you know, what do they call them, like, shiitake mushrooms, you know, which is common in, like, Asian culture, you know, Japanese food, but aside from that, I'm not going to make videos about, like, magic mushrooms, and you know, I've never used recreational drugs myself. I don't use pot, I don't use mushrooms, I don't use any kind of recreational drug. I mean, I drink coffee in the morning, I have one alcoholic beverage a day, and I obviously smoke cigars and pipes, but I don't use any kind of recreational drugs. I don't use LSD or mushrooms or hallucinogenic drugs, and obviously this is not a recreational drug channel, and people can whine and bitch and say like, oh, you realize you're breathing in cyanide when you smoke, whatever. It's like you can bitch and complain all you want. So anyway, the bottom line is, that's my opinion on fungi or mushrooms. Anyway, pretty fucking cool. Bye.